Hello everybody, Cacti Carnivores here, and today I'm going to be doing an update on my home-crossed Venus Flytrap seedlings. So without a doubt, it has been a while, about 6 months or more, really, way longer than I would have liked to do an update for. So I'm going to have to recap a lot of stuff that happened. So basically, what you need to know is that these plants have been pretty stagnant in growth for like all of winter, as Venus flytraps are. But I kept them on this windowsill. I didn't put them outside, so their dormancy was probably mild to like nothing really at all. They might have just slowed down and like tried to continue growing like it was spring or summer. But that's a normal thing for seedlings because they're so tiny and delicate. So that's not an issue. But up until recently, around early spring, when they're supposed to be growing again, they have looked a bit sickly as of late. I'll zoom in a bit. This is the biggest one. I see potential in it, but the other ones are pretty cool as well. I had some good color on them for a while. I think that's the maroon monster and their heritage coming out. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Yeah, but as you can see, there's a lot of black on the traps. The growth points, the stuff that's being, the traps that are being put out are pretty small and non-existent compared to the others, and they look a little gross. And recently, two things have arisen that seem to be contributing to this, and I'm going to attempt to fix both. Now, one, I woke up one morning, checked on the plants, and I saw 3 fungus gnats, like, climbing all over the peat and, like, flying out and doing as they do. And fungus gnats in particular are, like, really bad for seedlings. They are not only a nuisance to adults, but the larvae in the soil will actually eat the roots of the seeds, leaving them to pretty much die. And they suck. They're horrible. I hate them. I've probably lost many seedlings to fungus gnats, along with other things that I'm going to get into. So hopefully I can stop it with these things I got called mosquito dunks. Now, on the forums, this is a very common thing recommended to a lot of newcomers. They're basically these, like, they contain this, like, spore or, like, a bacteria, that Latin name that I don't want to pronounce, spores. And basically, the bacteria in here, or, like, whatever creature, living or otherwise, will create a toxin that'll kill the larvae, and they'll try to lay their eggs in there, the adults, and they'll just keep dying, and hopefully that'll stop them. So that seems like a pretty simple solution. Just I'll try to catch them early next time and hope the damage that has been done, whatever roots possibly eaten, could recover, and that'll be good. But there's one other thing that I think might be contributing to them. So here is their water. So what happened was I was draining the water through one day. I top watered, and the water resulting was like really gross looking. Like this looks like beer or canola oil or something. And so I took out a TDS meter and I took a little reading, and I'm gonna hold it. And I got 82 BPM. Now that is a lot for a Venus flytrap. Most Venus flytraps, most carnivorous plants, North American, like pitcher plants and sundews and such, they can tolerate up to around 50 parts per million in the water. Other than that, from 50 to 100 they'll live, it's tolerable, but they may may get some harm. Aside from that, like anything above will start to hurt them. Now these are seedlings here, so I believe the high parts per million in the water is starting to hurt them. I don't know where it's coming from, as I only water with distilled water, but that's an issue I'm new to, and I haven't had happen to any of my other plants. I might have to check with this guy because the water, these other seedlings, because this water was doing the same for a while, but it looks pretty good now. So, whatever happens, happens. My prescription for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some distilled water with this eyedropper and just like drain it through as much as I can. And I'll try and get the runoff TDS, parts per million. I'm going to get it down to around under 30. That's the best I'll try to get it at. And then after that I'll do mosquito dunks. What you do is you just take one and you take like an eighth, because these are meant for way bigger amounts of water. But you just take a little bit of it and you throw it in, and it'll work its magic and last for about 30 days. So that's what I'll do, and hopefully they will recover and they will grow, and hopefully be nice and healthy. Because I'd hate to lose these. I've put so much work into keeping them alive. So yeah, that's everything. A little stressful, but with I have some ways of overcoming it. Yeah, so that's everything. Let's hope they survive. Goodbye.